SNEME has priority in all the fields of energy transition, and we feel that energy transition is something that we must pay attention. And we focus on all sorts of new technologies, and we are pioneers in nuclear power. We're pioneers in hydrogen. A lot of people think that hydrogen is only a few years and it's new item, but unfortunately I have to tell them that is as old as 60 years, because that's when hydrogen was used in the powering of the spacecrafts. And therefore, it is something that we know over 60 years that we're working with it, and as well as our philosophy for the next 5 years is to prioritize the energy that is produced with the least CO2 or any other harmful materials. I am in the TNR panel of Society of Naval Active Marine Engineers. I'm the chairman for nuclear power and commercial shipping. Therefore, my role is to see that the ships eventually will be powered by nuclear power. The other trends that we are looking at for the next 5 years is basically that we need to see the methodology of how to make the ships more efficient and therefore less polluting, we may say. I don't know whether I should add it here, but we believe that shipping is not the culprit. Shipping is the power behind moving everything in sea. But I leave it to this. We will do our utmost, and we do, with a lot of new technologies, and we're taking it to the next step, not only for the 5 years, but for the next 100 years. Nuclear shipping. It's not nuclear. Yesterday we had a panel and a presentation here in Posidonia, where the thing that came out is that we need to take away the word nuclear, because, as you mentioned, it's a stigma, because it has 4 accidents and 2 atomic bombs. This is in the mind of the people that is very dangerous and is killing people. Very few people know that the death rate from nuclear power all around the world is nearly 0, and it's less than one-day car accidents in a village in the United States. Forget about the world. So in order to take it away, how we're going to tackle it is, first, I believe that the manufacturers of nuclear, because I'm not nuclear manufacturer, I only I will have to examine the safety and the risks associated with the nuclear power on board the ships. But the nuclear industry has to rebrand in order to be able to give a hand to us to be able to use it. Because there will be a lot of people that say, I don't want to use it, I don't want to use it. And it's educated people that say that. And I know that Mr. Belogas has understood that the most difficult thing in this industry will be the convincing of the people, educated or not. The villagers maybe will be more easy to accept it, rather than the educated people that read only the one word and they believe that nuclear is unsafe. I say to you, and I say to everybody, that nuclear is safe, and it's safe in many, many ways, including people that have lived in the surroundings of nuclear power plants. The maritime industry will be affected positively with the influx of nuclear power ships. Why? Because they will be using that power, infinite power, without stopping for bunkering. They will be turning around much faster. They will be supplying extra electricity on shore because they have abundant power. And besides, it will be much more efficient as ships than what we have today. I love the ships today. They have become efficient, but with the nuclear power, they become even more efficient. One thing I need to add here is that maritime, because shipping is part of maritime, will benefit the industry of electricity power generation, because there will be power plants from nuclear power that will be installed on ships, barges, tugboats, whatever you name it, and they will be giving power to where before was coal power plants. Project we have in two areas. The one area is nuclear power, a nuclear power plant installed on a barge, and another one is the ammonia turned to hydrogen, turned to fuel cells, which are all, let's say, very good and very green. I'm only in favor of nuclear power. And of course, if I can do from water and turn it to ammonia and then hydrogen and then power the ship clean, that's also good. But all are experimental, I must tell you. And we at SNAME are doing our best for all sorts of energy producing clean, energy produced from green. And it is very, very simple. People must think, what do we have to do to save our lives? And this, I come back to the question you asked, how we convince the people and the households who will tell them, if we don't use nuclear, you will die, not the planet. Think about it. It's not the planet that is dying. The people will, because they will lose their cities. They will lose their air because we remove all the CO2, because we cannot remove CO2. It's a long discussion, and yesterday was 2 hours. Today it could be another 3 hours if we had the time. And I want to add here what we're doing as SNAME. We try to educate the people for many years now. It's catching up, similar to nuclear. We must remove the plastics from the ocean. Our Prime Minister mentioned it, but the major thing is we must remove the plastics from the ocean and the microplastics. We have to have something that is very, very, very damaging to the environment. And the CO2 is not absorbed because the oceans are polluted, because the oceans do not have the photosynthesis because of the plastic.